So good.
Ta-da! Today we're making Gà Miến, aka Vietnamese chicken noodle soup with glass noodles. This is probably my go-to dish when I need to make something last minute. It's basically a chicken broth made by boiling chicken and seasoning it to your taste. The star of the show are these glass noodles that are translucent, clear, slightly chewy, and it's made out of mung beans. It's my go-to dish and it's super easy to put together. We're gonna prep the veggies for the stock. For this one, we are using green onions, shallot, and ginger. For the green onions, we're gonna separate it from the white part and the green part. The white part we're gonna keep whole for the broth, like that. And then you're just gonna wanna chop up the green parts. This is like not normal for a shallot to be this big, but I would say about 1 or 2 small shallot or 1 big shallot. This is like the biggest shallot I've ever seen in my life. So you just wanna peel the shallot. Cry, don't cry, don't cry. Oh, got me. Every onion. So you wanna leave the shallot whole, like that. Next we have the ginger. You're just gonna peel this. And then you're just gonna slice it into little slices. So the trick for the perfect consistency of noodles that we're looking for is to soak the noodles in water beforehand. So instead of boiling it, we're gonna soak it in water to like rehydrate the noodles, and then we're gonna cook it with a hot boiling broth. This is the noodles we're using. It's bean thread noodles. It's made from mung beans. So make sure when you buy these, you check the ingredients to make sure it's the mung bean one, because otherwise you might get the one made out of rice and that's not the correct one. You want the mung bean noodles for this one. It's like the chewy, clear consistency. So you wanna open it and just drop them in some cold water. Soak it in cold water for about 15 to 20 minutes. Putting together the broth is pretty easy. We're just gonna use some chicken drummies. You can use any cut of chicken you want. These were just on sale and I prefer bone-in because I feel like it makes the broth yummier. So this is like $3 of chicken drummies, super cheap. After you put the chicken in, we're gonna throw in all the aromatics. So the shallot, the ginger slices, the white parts of the green onions. So after we have everything in, you wanna bring it to a boil and simmer it for about 40 to 50 minutes, depending on when your chicken is done. Once you cook the chicken for a bit, you'll notice this like brown gunk coming out of the chicken. You'll wanna scoop that out. So you just take a little spoon, or you can do a strainer or whatever. Once the chicken is cooked, you'll wanna take it out. Be careful, because they're slippery. I usually just let the chicken cool down and then I'll cut it into pieces right before serving. For the chicken, you can either cut it or shred it. I just cut it because it's easier. So what I'll do is add the bones back in the broth so it can have more flavor. Like that. Okay. Next, we're gonna season the broth. I'm using palm sugar. You can also use regular brown sugar or white sugar. I just have palm sugar and I like it better. So we're gonna put like 1 fish sauce. For the seasoning part, you can kind of like season it to taste. So I would season a bit with all the seasonings and then taste it and then add more towards like however you like it. Chicken bouillon, salt, and black pepper. After you season the broth to your liking, that's literally it. Next, we're gonna put together the bowl. So this is the bean thread noodles that we were soaking earlier. All I did was just drain it and then put it into a bowl. So the tip for this is you want the broth to be boiling when you pour it into the noodles so that it cooks it. You can see the noodles are already cooking. Next, we're gonna top with the chicken. So I just like to put it right on top, like that. Some green onions. Fried shallots. You can make these yourself or you can buy them at the store. I like to buy them because it's so much easier.